What is this? What is this? Oh. Woo!
A lifetime of being charmed by you. Sign me up.
Starting with a smooch. I don't know what happened. I guess hi. It's traditional kiss your beloved on New Year's Eve for luck. Oh, I guess that happens with like the hex calendar rotation, doesn't it? Hex calendar, tech rot with melee. I think the challenges this week are going to be tech rot with melee, Scaldra with melee. All right, Nokko, are you hungry? Wow. Oops. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna keep rolling guard. I don't care. Cat. Yeah. Let's go. Calendar is potato stocked? Fuck yeah. I had a jump scare when I logged in. Yeah, it was just out of nowhere. I'm like, okay, what is this about? Oh yeah, lots of potatoes. Somebody tell Allie. Rivens. Oh, I didn't read it. Techrot melee. I feel like most people want mod drop boosters out of the thing. I like the mod drop booster, but I feel like I don't look forward to it the same. I think a lot of people like to do cascades and stuff and get like a shitload of arcanes for plat. Dude, as soon as I finally sit around and sell all the shit that I have, I'll make so much money. I have so much shit. I used to, before I started streaming, I used to sit around and just sell stuff a lot more often. I need to do it again. Need to sell some shit, make some plat.
Situation critical.
Scrubbers are starting to emerge. Well, I gotta hand it to the little guy. He knows how to talk to the appliances.
Knows how to talk to the appliances. Oh, what up, Steve? Time to party now that you are here. What's going on over here? Hey, where are you two going? Oh my gosh. Just flooding down here. Have some mushrooms, guys. There you go. Okay, cat. Be right back.
your problems.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Serving up another health scrubber.
Ooh, 712k. Ooh, spicy. Where? Well, it cracks me up when enemies are like super focused and not going to you. Hey, I'm right here. Hey, never mind. Leave him alone. Give him. Stab, 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 stab. Cool. Nice. Showed the wife a video you posted in Discord, and she said it looked really good. Said for a guy that doesn't shower, he can really count.
Scrubbers coming out of the rot. There's some stuff in there. Like this.
Yeah,
My
and like
on the line too.
one of the I bring this up only sometimes,
Pull the
but
reroll
like
whenever you need to.
that was a really like really fancy place, and a lot of the people that like I worked with were not like, they were just putting on like sweatpants, rolling up in that motherfucker like a regular t-shirt, and that like the outfit that I wore was what I wore every single day. Every day I had like 2 chef shirts and like 3 pairs of pants, and I wore them literally every fucking day. And it that's like that plus the, because there's a little bit of like, when I first started there, I was like learning how to be a chef. There's like a dress for the position you want type of ordeal that's happening there. And I remember one of the guys telling me, he was like, one of the guys that I was training a lot said something along the lines of like, dude, I'm too scared to wear like chef coat like that. Oh no. Failed to connect to chat server. Oh, taken offline from maintenance. Cool. I was like, oh, that's not good. Anywho, he was like, I'm scared to wear like a chef jacket and like one of those hats. And I was like, he's like, I don't feel like I'm allowed to. I was like, bro, I don't feel like I'm allowed to. And eventually I was. But, you know, that place was really good to work for. That was a really fun kitchen. And a lot of really nice dudes in there. I have another video that I cut up yesterday that I'm going to post in Discord sometime. That's my chef coming over to me, and he's like he's checking our work. Me and this guy that I was just talking about, we were doing fish. So we were doing, I don't remember what that word's called. Either way, it's one of the ways that you can cook fish. It's basically just put it in olive oil. So we like made olive oil. We didn't just we infused olives with oil. Not really, just kidding. We used onion oil. So we cooked like these onion hearts. We like slow cooked them in oil. So you put it in like a steam table, like 140 or 150 degrees, and let them cook for like 4 hours in olive oil. And then we used that olive oil to cook cod. And the cod was like really fucking good. So anywho, our chef is like, we have to pay like really special attention to the time in which we put the cod in there, because we need a lot to be ready really quick, which means we need to keep like 25 in there, which means we need to have 3 to 5 ready to pull at any given second. Which, what in the hell? So he like comes over to us and he asks us how they're temping out. I was like, they're between 120 and 130. They start up here at 120. They dial back to 130 over here. I was like, they're doing really good. And then I was watching it back, and while he was like like actually temping them with his hands or a thermometer, I my eyes were like, it was so funny to watch my eyes like watch him watch me. It was really funny to watch me watch him watch me. It's like you can tell like there's like a ton of confidence, right? But then you see a split second in my eyes where I'm like, like, you better fucking agree with me, sir. These fish are in good condition. These fish are in good condition. And me and the sous chef at that restaurant actually used to work together in another kitchen, and that dude wore like he was like a goofy chef, dude. He would wear like chili pants every day. So you know those like pants you see on TV of like dudes wearing like, it's got like pots and pans on it, and like chilies and like pants with utensils all over them. Like he wore those every day, every single day. One of those types of things. And he grew like a gnarly beard, bro. Like he grew a fucking hell of a beard. So what he would do is he would let it get full, and then he would trim it down into a different hairstyle like every week. Like he would like start with, he would like trim here, and then he'd have like, you know, a mutton chop and a goatee, right? And then like he would like trim the mutton top down to like a fine line, and then he would like, so basically he'd just take a little more hair away and have a different hairstyle like all the time. That shit was so funny. He was one of the nicest people we've ever worked for, or I've ever worked for in like my entire life. And we had some familiar acquaintances in our history. And I remember one day we started talking about it, and we kind of realized that we've both been in the same manholes, and we were like, oh my God, man. I realized it. He didn't realize that I realized it. He kept the information to himself, but it was information that I already had. And I was like, oh shit. She responded with, I'm sure he has showered before. There's no way. She actually took it serious. What's up, Allie? How are you this morning? Oh, that's hilarious. Like, look, this guy never showers, but he's a good cook. She's like, oh, I bet he showers. Those people that I worked around with, like, if you didn't shower, they would tell you. They would 100% let you know.
They do grip tight in the hips.
It's one of those, so like, when you cross a barrier, right, into fine dining with, and what I mean is that you go from most jobs kind of just expect you to have like a certain level of like hygiene, right? Like they're like, hey, you know, just don't stink and dress okay. But they had like very strict regulations on like facial hair and like the length of your nails. Like, if you think we were going in there with like nails long enough to scratch anything, you were wrong. Like we were all like filed down, trimmed up, and had to be really, really clean, because if we there was a very common thing that happened with cooks in that industry, is that we have way more conversations with the customers than just about anybody else does. Like we actually go out and talk to them. a lot. And like usually like other restaurants, it's like the manager or something, right? So like usually just the manager needs to look presentable, but we would take responsibility for what all of the things that we had done. Like obviously, I don't mean like responsibility, like accountability wise. I mean, if I cooked somebody's like, if I was responsible for their cheesecake and the table was like, hey, I would like to know who made this cheesecake. This is really good. Then that would be me. And I would go out there and I'd have to talk to them and say, hey, you know, it was me that made this. I actually just prepped the plate and this is, you know, a nice strawberry sauce and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I was like, one of our very talented pastry chefs that works here actually baked these cheesecakes this morning. She was here at 3 a.m. and thanks to her, we have a lot of cheesecake. And I'll tell you what, if there's anything I would rather do, I would rather tell everybody that me and that sous chef, I hated that pastry chef, man. I hated that bitch with just about every ability to hate a thing I've ever had. You know what she fucking did to me, dude? Oh god damn. I treated her so good. Like I did her par list so well, and I treated her so nice, but every time something like, okay, like if I would write like on her par list that I was low on caramel, right? Because it's her responsibility to supply me with caramel to plate her desserts. Well, one day I'm 30 minutes deep into fucking dinner service, right? Which means my prep is finished. I'm ready to serve food. I'm not doing any more prep. I don't have time to do any more prep. I'm busy. 5:30. She comes in and she drops off caramel. And she says, I don't know if you know this or not, but you were out of caramel. And I looked at my par sheet and I said, why am I out of caramel? And she was like, oh, I had to use the rest of it for something, but I brought you more. I made more caramel. And then she said, you're going to have to thin it out a little bit. Bitch. Bringing me a halfway finished fucking piece of food. Seriously? But anyways, I take the deli cup that it's in and I flip it over like Dairy Queen, and the caramel is just stuck in there like a stone. So I go to the chef de cuisine and I say, hey, ma'am, Miss Chef, we have an issue. And she was like, what? I was like, pastry chef brought me caramel for my desserts. And she said, yeah. And I was like, it's a stone. And she was like, what the fuck? I was like, yeah, I don't know, man. I was like, I'm pretty sure to thin caramel out, I just add hot water. But I also figured I should come to you first. And she was like, oh, yeah, just add hot water. But I'll do it because she's going to know that I was the one to fix it. And I was like, yeah. So she fixed that shit up for me. She left my oven on 500 degrees once. And there's not very many things that need 500 degrees, right? Like, there's not very many. So an oven acts a lot different at 500 than it does at 350. An oven at 500, you can't even touch the door without getting seriously burnt. You can't even touch like right behind the handle. Like if you grab the handle and then your hand touches the piece of metal behind it, you're burnt. You're badly burnt. If it's at 500 degrees, it's a whole different fucking ball game. The pieces of the oven turn hot that you didn't even know could turn hot. So we did a burnt cheesecake, which was like, we would cook it with citrus so that whenever it burnt, the flavor actually was like really nice. And it was fucking delicious. Anywho, so she left my oven on 500 degrees and that's where I keep my plates. So I would put my oven around 200 degrees or 150 degrees and I would stock all my plates in there. And that's where my hot plates would come from. And I went to open that door and the oven was supposed to be off at this point in time. She leaves out like the time I get there, and so she should be done. And the oven was supposed to be turned off. 3 hours later, I'm going to stock it with plates right before dinner service, and I get fucking roasted. I feel the burn from the handle, and I'm like, why isn't this thing hot? For one, I'm like, what the fuck? And it was one of those burns that actually burnt me bad enough for me to make a sound. I get burnt a lot, and I don't normally, I don't make a sound when I get hurt or burnt. I'm just like, oh, fuck. That one made me like, yow! Like, I said yow at the top of my lungs, and I hopped like 2 feet in the air. And somebody was like, are you good? And I was like, yeah, I think so. And I was like, at first, I thought the burn wasn't so bad, right? I was like, okay, that hurt pretty good, but you know that like all burns hurt like that. You know, we're cool. Like, that one must have just been a sensitive spot. Like 20 minutes later, I realized my arm where the burn was just fucking aching and burning and hurting. And I was like, dude, I feel like I got burned. I look down, dude, and there's like a fucking big old blister. And immediately my attitude went from okay with this to not okay with this, because I hold myself to a crazy high standard. I don't burn myself. Other people burn me only. I don't cut myself. Only other people cut me. I literally do not fucking hurt myself. I am way too good at that job to do it. It is way too easy to be efficient and careful enough to and not burn yourself. I don't do it. The last time I got burnt before that was a dude flipping fish in a pan. And he flung a little pile of grease all over my hand. Burnt the shit out of me. And the only reason I didn't light him the fuck up is because he got way worse of the deal than I did. I worked with a dude who thought it was okay. I'm just chilling one night, right? I'm in a small kitchen. It's a really personal place. It's like we can only see like 60 people, but it's like really, it was a really cool place. I worked with a dude who went to empty the fryer out. So it's like end of the night, time to take the fryer grease to the grease dump spot, time to call it a day. Let's go home, right? I was like, I got some ass I'd like to go home to. So let's get this shit fucking close. Let's get out of here. My coworker decided that he would take a 5-gallon plastic bucket and empty the fryer into it. Does anybody see a problem? You know what happened? The bottom of that bucket melted, and he poured the entirety of that fryer on the floor, and he actually burnt his feet. He was standing right by the bucket, and once it like broke out of the bucket, it just covered his feet in hot grease. And he told me like over the next days at work, he had blisters between his toes, on the bottom of his foot. He said he had blisters fucking everywhere. And you know, like our kitchen stayed relatively clean. So towards the end of the night when it was closing time, we're like, you know, cool. We just got to sweep up, mop up, do these dishes, clean the grill, clean the saute station, get the fuck out. That's it. No biggie. It's going to be easy peasy. Oh my God, dude. 7 gallons, dirty grease, small floor, do the math. I was so mad at that dude. And like, okay, so first of all, I was like, as soon as it happened, my first thought was, fuck, I'm gonna have to clean this up by myself because he needs to go home. That was my very first thought. I was like, this dude needs to go to the hospital. And I'm gonna have to clean this up all alone, motherfucker. And no, dude stayed. I made sure he was okay. But he ended up staying. He said that like it didn't really get through him too bad. But he did get blisters and pain in the ass places, but he didn't get burnt very bad. Okay, where are we at? Hi, I just burnt the fuck out of my tongue. What are you, like drinking coffee or something or eating something? A pro tip, if you don't want to burn your tongue, don't burn your tongue. Professional advice right there. Make sure you pay attention. Can you leave me alone while I want to extract, man? Guys, this is not nice. Like, seriously. Fuck, dude. That reset my extraction timer. Alright, guys. Seriously. You know, the chat server is fucking suffering today. Why you do that? Food? Grease burns hurt for so long. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, fuck it. Too much sleeve. I have a really bad burn on my arm that actually came from an engine when I was working at a racetrack. I was like trying to. This is gross, so heads up. I was grabbing something out of the engine bay of a car that was mid race, and I touched the side of my elbow. I mean, I literally just kissed it, just a little, and I got a third-degree burn about that big in the very center of the burn, and like my skin left with the car. That sucked. I went into it was like a broad area was burnt, but only the very center got to the point where it was like actually like it burnt down past like the lower layers of skin, and the other pieces were burnt very badly. And I remember I went into like either full shock that I don't have the worst of shock symptoms, or I went into moderate shock. Because I remember I was like nonstop hyperventilating and nonstop like, fuck. I was like screaming. At first I wasn't hurting too bad, but like after not very long, that fucking changed, and I was hurting bad. Fuck, dude. Puck, what's up, Allie? You wanna play? You wanna do some calendar? I'm doing some calendar. Tech rot with abilities. Where are you? Are you here? You're here. Invite. So here, everybody's here. You guys gotta ask for invites. If any of you want to join, go ahead. I'll give you like a minute. Man, shit. I've also had I've had gas injuries before when I worked for a water department. That one was pretty fucking funny. So it's actually like when I was like 20 years old, I was working for this dude who was super fucking lazy. Sure, but I was also going to ask if you have blind rage and fortitude. I'm actually pretty sure I do. I do need to do Archon Hunteroos. All right, hop in. I'm going to go give Allie some stuff, and then whenever that's... Oh, looks like Devlin made it in first. I'm pretty sure I have fortitude and stuff. Anywho, so I was... What? That's not how you spell. Yeah, I've got it. I've got fortitude. What was the other one? Blind rage. Blind rage is a little like, did you want me to give you a gold bar at the same time? It's not easy to get. I'm just kidding. All right, we'll hit dojo and then we'll hit that. Seems like Seer needs to join, so join whenever you're ready, or I'll send you an invite in a minute. I don't know if like my party's open and joinable. It's open and joinable. Using Hildren Jiao now? Hell yeah. Anyway, I'm working for this fucking dude. And he's like your classic construction lazy guy, right? He literally got on to me one day because we sat in the truck for so long that I asked him if I could have another employee come pick me up so I could do some work for the day. And he actually got mad at me for that. And a little vindication right here. I'm going to go ahead and put this out there first. We still know him because he is a relative. Now that I've married somebody he was related to. We learned later in life that she was related to him. Well, she saw him recently. And he said some stuff about how, oh yeah, I was always having to keep him busy. I was always having to talk to him. And my wife was like, are you sure? Because I heard the exact opposite. Like, he told me a story and she started telling him stuff and just fucking embarrassed him. She came home, she told me about it, and I was sitting there thinking to myself, that guy, he's still working the same job. That guy is still working the same job. Allie, where are you? There she is. That dude is still working the same job, doing the same thing, and still talking shit about me. You know how good that feels, man? You know how good that feels? Because I was like, I worked my ass off around there. Something actually happened, right? So I left the water off at a apartment complex one time. And instead of turning it back on when I left it off. Well, wait. So my supervisor, this lazy dude, gets mad at me. He drives me back over there, we turn it off, and then that's that, right? He gets back to the shop with me and he says, "You're fucking working with Mike tomorrow. You are stuck with fucking Mike. I'm not fucking working with you." And Mike was the dude that like everybody was afraid of because he worked so hard. Alex, trade. He worked so fucking hard. We were required to be there at like 7 o'clock. Homie got there at 6:55 and was in his work truck leaving at 6:57. So, oh hell yeah, sculptures. You probably need this more than I do, but I'm still gonna take them from you. So he tells me tomorrow you're fucking stuck with Mike, and Mike's gonna work your ass until it's raw. And I was like, okay, cool, let's do this. So, how do I navigation? Or I think I'm gonna have to reinvite and go back to my thing because I don't know how to do the ROM thing from here. If that's even what we're doing. Oh fuck! You said wait. My bad. My bad. Let me take these damn keys off. Oh, do your thing. Dragon key still on. You living rent free in his head? Hell yes, I am. When you done there, invite. Yes, I will reinvite all of you. And then, so I don't. Who was here? Definitely Devlin. Definitely you. And definitely you. So he tells me, you're stuck with Mike tomorrow. I get to work the next day at the same time I always get there, which is earlier than that dude. And I'm in his truck waiting for him. And it's like the helper's job to bring ice and put ice into the ice chest. It is on me. I forgot. And I was just waiting in his truck. So when he comes out to his truck, he's carrying a bag of ice in his right hand and he is staring me in the fucking eyeballs. The whole way. He gets out of the garage like 200 yards away from me. And every fucking step on the way to his truck, he's staring right into my fucking soul with a bag of ice in his hand. He gets up to his truck and boom, slams it on the hood of the truck to break up the ice. And he watches me as he walks past and goes and puts it on the fucking back of in the ice chest. And yeah, do your thing, Allie, and then join up whenever you're ready. And then I think we're going to do an Archon hunt. So there's your invite. Use it whenever. Anywho, dude gets mad, just slams the fucking ice in the truck, gets in, slams the fucking door and says, "Let's go." I was like, all right, let's go. So we get to the first job and he tells me what to do and I know how to do it and I do it quickly because I'm scared of him. Right. And I keep working fast and I keep working hard. And I think to myself, this feels more like the restaurants I was in before. So like, let's keep this going. This day will be over before we know it. So me and Mike crush it. We finished like 38 fucking work orders that day. Like 38 fucking whole ass work orders that day. Came back to the office. And by the end of the day, this dude is in love with me. I am his favorite employee ever. Mike, right? This old dude who's been with the company forever, who puts in more work than anybody else. I'm officially his favorite. He walks into that shop and he tells our supervisor, he's like, he's never going back to work for one of those guys again. We finished 38 tickets today. And from that day forward, they actually had a 25 ticket minimum on every single employee. And that fucked Mike's whole thing up. Not Mike's, the lazy dude, his whole system was fucking wrecked by that. So I like to think about that shit sometimes. And I just couldn't get me hand on blind rage. Yeah, blind rage is really hard. Okay, it's not really hard, but it can be elusive. Because corrupted vaults can be easy, especially like 90% of people loading into whatever that mission is on Deimos. Whichever, I can't remember which one it's called. But like there's a really popular capture mission on Deimos that everybody uses. You basically just keep loading into that and you're going to get nothing but vault hunters. So, and somebody told me, I don't know if this is true, but I read on Reddit yesterday that air support charges will identify vault doors. And if that's true, that's awesome. That's really cool. Getting your mod set up, Allie. Time is up. Your time is running out. Your time is over now. I had a boss who would freak out at the smallest thing, and one day we worked in a shop. He threw a hammer at a pallet and smoked his knee so bad they put up no throwing tools poster. Brother. Brother. I've worked with some guys who were throwers. I've worked with throwers. I've seen people throw pans in kitchens. I've had pans. I've had a lot of kitchen things thrown at me. All right. Oh, there we are. There she is. I was about to say. I'm about to go view your profile and start talking shit. Hurry it up. All right. Archon Hunt. Anything special about it? Ooh. All right. I'll play Dante, fellas. Not that I'm like... I'm kind of excited. Dante's still new to me, so there's that. Let's see. Pennant, Lynchian, Macera. What are the mods? The usual, and then the usual. Why does it never seem different? It literally never seems different. It's like always like slash gas recommended damage. Enemies are tough. I can rotate it. Get that damn thing off your neck. No. I'm going to assume Allie's not able. Okay. You usually aren't able to start. Switch is not. Space herpes. Dude, I got it from Protea. Rotate this. Pants grab. Heard? Rotate these nuts, bitch.
The fastest way to locate Azul's archons is to upload me to Narmer's systems. I shall be strong where he was not.
How many messes are there? Wait, are those? I can't tell who those are. Oh my god, dude.
Keep going. Nobody knows you're here.
I haven't played Dante since I like upgraded his mods a good bit, so fucking overguard, bro. Last time I was capped out at like 13k overguard.
I'm in, Tenno. This will take a moment.
You know, I love having a Dante on my team so much that whenever I play Dante, it makes me feel good. I'm like, I know people love this shit. You know what I mean? Is somebody else giving us over? Where did that come from?
Still working on it. Continue to defend.
Been playing with Trinity recently. Arcane Ice Storm, Thermal Sunder, plus Abating, I think. Yeah. On a weapon like Katatron and Karnon, she's a good face tank. Hell yeah, dude. That's something. So I've always been like glass cannon builds. Like I've always been obsessed with like doing insane damage and being good enough to avoid getting hit by telegraphed attacks. Like that's been my shtick forever. Recently, though, I have taken quite the affinity to Dante and Revenant because it's like, it's really fucking nice to kick back a little bit. I feel like I'm in a recliner. And like the idea of supporting your team is like really nice. I used to like to play okay, this is something that always bothered me is like in League of Legends and a lot of like some other games, like I always wanted to play like the damage characters. But we always saw like significantly more success if I played support. Because if you're a good player and you play support, it's like a whole different ball game having a good support.
I'm in, Tenno. This will take.
Have you guys seen the state of Marvel Rivals, dude? What the fuck? Their meta has gotten to the point where it's like, what in the actual shit have we done? The meta right now is like, I don't play Marvel Rivals. I just kind of know. I just kind of heard about this the other day watching some pro play from, well, I think a dude named Flats on YouTube. He was talking about it, how the meta right now is pick multiple supports and don't shoot anything. Only let the supports shoot, so only the supports get fucking alt energy, and the first one of them to get their alt wins. It's so like,
Working on it. Continue to defend.
how did the pro scene turn it to that so fast? And I also agree with the sentiment about, like, people talk about how streamers cause problems for games, and if anybody is out there believing that streamers don't cause problems for games, people are just stupid, because it causes problems, right? Because, like, first of all, streamers attract bad actors because people want to make a fool of themselves on stream, right? Like, what if I hack and then I fight this famous streamer and then I make famous streamer mad because he died to a hacker? Wouldn't that be a good way to bother people? Like, people do that, specifically that for that reason. And meanwhile, this is just the price you pay of people having the right to stream, right? I don't really cause too much of an issue with that. What I do cause an issue with is how many times streamers have very unique opinions and try to get companies to follow them.
Drop me in and defend our position.
Like the idea of people saying, like, do not fucking make Arc Raiders competitive.
This will take a moment.
It's casual. And if you cater to those fucking one of the top 0.01% streamers, like, you're going to lose all of us. And there's a lot of people, like, I've heard the sentiment a lot of the time, they've done such like a bad job with hackers and stuff and whatnot that some people are just like, they're lucky this game is fucking awesome. But streamers also have a really skewed opinion. You know what I mean? Like, I have experienced hackers at, if you can, like, even when I did play on PC, and let's not pretend like hacking is impossible on console. It's fucking easy. It might be easier than on console because you can just plug in a middleman device that's ready to go from some, yeah. Anywho, I've barely ran into cheaters in my life, and I'm not saying that they don't exist, but when streamers pretend that their extra contact with cheaters is something that everybody experiences, it's just disingenuous. It's just fucking disingenuous.
I have the Archon's
It's so like,
hunt can begin.
this game is so full of fucking hackers. Dude, you have so many people watching you. Are you really going to pretend that there's not people fucking following you around? Because a lot of people will talk about the stream snipers, like, that's pretty common. But then they also put it in its own category. I have stream snipers. I deal with a lot of hackers. I got red screened on Valorant once. Once. One fucking time. That's a lot. So anti-fun, 100% whole. Let's speedrun the meta ruins video games and fun. Yes. What up, Ludo? I didn't miss shit. Been playing with... Oh, yeah, I read that message. Let's see. So anti-fun. The problem mainly is followers, so they don't think for themselves and spread nonsense that their streamer has. Yeah. Streamer says, yeah. I think cheaters exist at higher levels. Cheaters exist at, like, all over the place. Like, I've seen some, like, of that review footage of people watching cheaters, and people that there's, like, a lot of cheaters that get caught because they cheat very abruptly. Then there's cheaters who know how to use their cheats to 75%. And there's a lot of that. You know, the people who go and they don't take every kill. They just put on a little damage and move on. You know what I mean? So that it makes it really hard for you to catch all of them, because some people use cheats like a tool. They don't just cheat. Fucking crazy. And yeah, streamers definitely have very like askewed opinions. Very askewed opinions. I mean, why is it that everybody turns into Shroud? Like, why does that happen? What is the fucking fallacy here? Where you stream, you're earnest, you're awesome, and then eventually you have hot takes that literally 1/3 of your community agrees with, and you fucking run with them all the time. I really don't understand that. I remember watching a clip from Shroud the other day where he was playing with Peanut, and he was like, yo, Peanut, like, bro, if we just keep losing like this, I'm just gonna leave. And he was like really salty about it. And I was wondering in that very moment, is Shroud under the impression that there's nothing to gain from goofing off with Peanut? Is he like seriously under the impression that if he has a little bit of fun, he won't benefit something? Like he has to take it. Yeah, that really, like, he's said a lot of hot takes lately that have really turned me off. But I mean, just imagine like your Shroud and an extremely famous dude is like, yo, let's fucking play. And then you give him grief for not taking the game seriously. Like, did you not know what this was? Yes, he is under that impression. What a fucking twat, though. Shroud is literally the worst type of player. Dude, he is like literally the worst example of a person, because it's like, I'm not gonna lie to you. For the first several years of him streaming, before the whole Spectre thing, whenever he was just playing Apex Legends, I idolized the fuck out of his gameplay and his attitude. When I think about streaming, sometimes I still consider like putting my camera in the same position like he had his in, and like MacTix. Like I really looked up to the dude. And now I'm like, did anybody else watch that fucking video of him like showing off his crusty mouse? Do you guys want to see my crusty mouse? You guys want to see my super clean mouse that I keep a cleaning kit like right here, like within 3 fucking feet of me. There's tools to like just clean this shit like all the time. There's my Tylenol. I don't know how that happened. If you guys are ready, let's run it. And do you guys not have choice? You guys might not have a choice. I'm gonna assume you guys don't have the choice, and I'm starting this shit. Let's run. It's been a little while. He's a no personally marathon who happens to have great aim. And that worked really well for him for a while before he decided that he wanted to have an opinion about things he had bad opinions on. What the fuck? I honestly think, don't people actually agree with what they think they say? Most people just want a community. Conformity is invasive. Dude, you're not fucking wrong. Yeah, like I can speak to that a little personally. So I don't know how you guys can take this, and honestly I don't really care. But like 2 days ago, I was in Dollar General just buying some shit. And I have like a certain level of social anxiety that I always have, but I've conquered. Like I've got like a little thought hits me like, oh man, I don't want to be around all these people. And then I'm like, hey, fuck all these people, bro. I'm here to get what I need. Nobody cares. Like I have a fuck everybody but me mentality that gets me out of like the anxious situations. But yesterday or the other day when I was at Dollar General and I started to have to think about it for a second, you guys maybe want to know that one of the earlier thoughts that I had to help me deal with it was, you know, I have a community of my own. I have like, you know, like there's like 3 or 4 people that talk to me. You know what I mean? And I was like, that's enough. That's enough. And like it's kind of a thing I was wanting to mention to like Ali and Seer specifically lately, was that like you, like two of you is the exact same feeling that I would get from hundreds, if that makes any sense. It is like the exact same emotion where I'm like, dude, this is fucking awesome. Like, even if I make a fool of myself, there will still be people who, and I don't mean that like in a bad way. I mean, even if I say something stupid, people are going to understand. People will get it. I'll be like, ah, you're good, bro. Force. All right, yeah, I did. I always feel like that has been a problem. Yeah, Yeah. 1000% agree. Less is better. More just means more money. That's really the only benefit. I get like, it's one of those like deals too where, oh my gosh, I'm just going from excavator to excavator, aren't I? Oh, I'm so stupid. I thought I was going to fucking, I thought this is mobile defense, bro. What the fuck? I totally duffed that. What just happened? All right, let me go back, check on this shit, make sure I have power cell, go to the next one. Where's that power cell? Fucking on the map. There's like, what I was saying was, if I ever like do end up with a fucking lot of viewership, there's like a little piece of me that's like, time to quit.
Excavator is ready to go. Keep it powered and protected from enemy fire.
Like, time to call it a day. You did it. But it's like, on the other hand, I don't think I'll feel that way in that moment. I'll be like, hell yeah, look at all these people watching me. Because like when I did comedy, like I really loved doing comedy in venues that have like
Additional fuel cells will be used to restore its shields.
like 75 to 100 seats, right? Or 30 to 50 seats. Like, I really liked doing comedy to small crowds. It feels so personal. There's a point in time where the crowd gets so big that there's no interpersonality really happening anymore aside from the very few people that you decide to talk to during the show. I don't know. It's like I don't know if I would feel the same amount of happy if I was performing to 100,000 people. I don't know if I would feel the same as I feel right now. Honestly. To me, what I think of people when I'm in class at schools, I just don't care because people's opinions can be very invalid. It's about what they think is acceptable and their thinking. It's the same, exactly. Honestly, these streamers, when they get so big and don't see my messages, I personally live in the 5 to 15 viewers. Yeah. And that's one of the things, like I'm like that too. So, and it's like, I know some of you are like that, and it makes me kind of like, I'm going to be real with you. Like it looks like there's 10 people watching right now. And the fact that I started streaming on YouTube just over a month ago actually kind of blows my mind. Because I've done minimal work to like promote myself. Like I've posted on like Instagram and TikTok, but that's still stuff I want to do. It's still me making videos I want to make because like I like watching funny videos on shorts, so I want to contribute. I want to make funny videos for people to watch on shorts too. And I don't really think I've gotten a lot from that, but YouTube is very rewarding. YouTube is extremely rewarding my consistency because it is showing my page to a lot of people now. Like there you get impressions, right? In impressions, the way those work is it's just if your thumbnail appeared on somebody's YouTube feed, that's an impression. And if you appear there and they click on it, that's called a click-through, and you have a click-through rate. And you usually want a click-through rate of like 1 to 2%. You want like 2% of people who see your shit to click on it. That's actually like really good. It doesn't sound like a lot, but I mean, it's you're basically advertising to every type of personality, so you're only going to get a couple percents of it anyways. Well, my impressions, it was like 300, 400, 350, 450. So every video I uploaded, every live stream I did, I got like a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. And right now, my impressions are crossing over to 5,000 and 6,000 mark. So every day, YouTube shows my VOD, my live stream, to 6,000 random people. And 2% of them are clicking through right now. And that is like really crazy. And if that trajectory keeps going at all, in a few months, I won't be streaming to 5 to 15 people. And that makes me feel kind of weird. You know, I think that's the point where you start like a loyalty club or something, right? Or like a loyalty thing. Can you imagine if I charged you guys to be a part of a members club, like a loyalty thing? Can you imagine that shit? Like go subscribe to my Patreon and you can be loyal. Like what the fuck, dude? That sounds so stupid. I'm not going to sell loyalty to anybody. You were either here and got your access to like the private content that I decided to share, or you fucking didn't. Yeah, it gets so big that it becomes a transaction entertainment, not connection. Yeah, that's I like playing games for friends and doing comedy for friends. So if it turns into not that someday, you know, I'm not gonna be ungrateful, because I'm gonna be honest with you. If I ever have the ability to make money from playing a game, I'm gonna fucking take it. And I don't mean that in like I'm gonna sell out. Like, I'm not gonna stop trying for any purposes, because one of my goals is not just like I'm not over here like I want a lot of viewers, brother. I want a lot of money. I want a lot of money. And if like somehow like if this starts pulling in a little bit, dude, I'm gonna let it grow. I'm gonna take that paycheck. And I mean that in like a good way. It's like, can you imagine if you told me when I was 15 years old that someday I could get paid to play video games? That's the dream come true right there. And I mean, technically at this stage, I kind of already have been paid. I've got like $44 sitting on Twitch that I can claim as soon as I hit affiliate. And what I did with that money, so I know Allie's here. She'll appreciate this news. One of the things I did when I saw that money was I thought, okay, I have to spend that on the stream. I have to go buy like some lights. I have to go buy like a shirt to wear on stream, or a goofy hat, or some new glasses, or buy a green screen. So I bought a green screen, and it'll be here tomorrow. So tomorrow evening, wait, today's Monday. Yeah, tomorrow evening I will be streaming with a green screen. And because we're photographers, I say I ordered a green screen. We're photographers. We have backdrops out the wazoo. It's literally just a matter of putting a thing behind me. We've got backdrops and lighting for days. We've got multiple studios built for rent, so we've got all the equipment you could ever fucking need. We rent photography studios out and use them ourselves. It's mostly most of the reason why you want to own a studio is so that you don't have to pay studios to do your own work. And the benefit of that is you can also rent your studio to other people. You can do the same thing for a type of Patreon videos or type of tools are out there for premium stuff. Yeah, I'm definitely going to, like, there's going to be a premium access for like people with a lot of loyalty, and I'm not going to charge people for it. I won't do that. There's not gonna be a subscription cost to my Patreon for the super loyal people. Like, you guys just get it. Memberships think only have a place if the content would not get made otherwise. More niche, big time commitment on the creator side. You know, I agree with you there. I actually do, because like some YouTubers are akin to filmmakers. They are making films. They're working hard. But let's take the Caleb Hammer YouTube channel into consideration here. Arguably, the most entertaining of his content is locked behind a YouTube membership. So there's a part of me that wants to ask. I want to sit him down and say, brother, please tell me this. If you are making more money from people subscribing to the memberships, do you think that that outweighs the potential outcome from having all of those videos widely available to every single person who wants to watch them? And it's one of those things, like, I also don't want to hide videos behind shit, because is that not just fucking myself? Like, sure, dude paid $35 a month for this membership, but you know you can make like $7,000 or $8,000 off of VOD, right? Like, you can make infinite money off of VOD. You get a membership cost like once, but if your VOD, like all of these Warframe VODs that every day, it looks like I need to start. If I don't see anybody try in the next minute or two, I'll just start it. Because I don't know what, yeah. I don't know why your votes are fucking, listen, guys, I'm taking your votes away. It starts Right here, dude. Hmm. I have trouble seeing those messages down there. I keep it in clan chat so often. My bad. I keep it in clan chat to keep my screen clear. See your dot, motherfuckers. I'll do it too. Anywho, so I just like and that's something that I see as generally not good for like your personal growth. Like, it turned me off about his channel because I was like, I am definitely not going to subscribe. I'm definitely not going to pay your membership costs. And there's a lot of people who feel like me. You know how much money I spend on YouTube, on people on YouTube? Zero. You know why? Because ads. It's one thing if I decide to like support a person, but I like specifically disagree with the idea of locking your videos behind a paywall. It's like it is the antithesis of what YouTube is. And like I'm a little like, I wish that the dude would take a look back at when YouTube memberships first came out and realize how it actually didn't really help very many creators. Even the creators like that we knew were gonna do it, you know, like we knew Smosh and College Humor and those places were running a fucking studio, right? So we knew they needed some money and we knew they were going to do it. And what ultimately ended up happening was the amount of people who subscribed for money to their channel was like 1/5 or 1/6 of the money they were getting from ad revenue normally. So it was largely agreed upon, don't do that. Let's not lock our videos behind paywalls. Let's just let people watch them, because then they will infinitely make money. I think, what is it? Moist Critical did a video a good while back where he explained that like his best ever day on Twitch, he had like X amount of viewers and he made X amount of money. But then he like was like, but yo, you want to know something? All right, I'm going to follow us here. Here's a VOD of that stream on YouTube and I've made $80,000 off of it. And it like, it really goes to show that YouTube is like really where it's fucking at. And they also like, they treat me really well. Like I had my first ever, like a bit of an issue yesterday. I talked with Seer privately about it, but it's not exactly a private issue. What is up with this? I got a copyright claim yesterday, which is no biggie. And it was really, really, really easy for me to like handle it. And my video, like it was restricted for like an hour. And I went back to normal. And it didn't get held back at all. It's so that's really nice. I was pretty happy. Like I've always heard that service is really good with YouTube, because what happened was while we were doing reactions yesterday, while I was watching some reaction stuff, some song called like Clap Your Hands or Hand Clap played by some fucking band for a second, like a 15-second mark. Now you wait until I decide we go. All right. Sounds good. Get wrecked, nerd. I'll just dance my life away. Damn. It would be hilarious if there was a fucking remove from squad.
From him, I learned the wisdom of deception. Amar will prove a cunning opponent.
Yes, all social media should be treated as a funnel to YouTube. It's probably the most healthy platform for creators, even though it has problems. I do agree it has problems. And one of the things I was mentioning earlier is YouTube is the only platform in which you don't have to funnel people to. YouTube has fucking phenomenal discovery. Like really, really, really good discovery. It's historically Twitch that you have to persuade people to go to. Because Twitch is, honestly, it's like, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it's a bad viewing experience. First of all, they don't let me stream over 720p. If I want to stream 60 FPS, it has to be 720. And yeah, there's just all kinds of shit. Like, I mean,
Now, he is
I know for a fact that one of the reasons that Twitch discoverability is hard is because, let's say you want to preview my channel, you scroll past me and you hear me talk for 0.2 seconds and then there's an ad. The grand majority of people don't have a attention span of longer than 2 minutes, and I'm not insulting people. That's like literally a media thing, is that if you don't hook them in 2 minutes, you're not going to. Not many people are gonna sit through. Jesus, Cat, you were tearing everything up today. Are gonna sit through 4 to 6 minutes worth of fucking Twitch ads to preview it. And I can change when the ads roll, but I'll be right back. And just like that. I've never seen why people use Twitch. It's dog shit. Yes, it is. I would only use it because creators often ignore YT chat when multi-streaming. So that Price and Tau Forge. I actually I fought with that for a long time. Like I made it was really hard for me. Okay, Stream Elements is bad. Stream Elements required me to relink it like literally every fucking day in order to get anything done. I didn't get one either. It's cool though. My vengeance will be slow and painful. Wait, you guys don't all get those?
It's just a thing I've always done.
I'm sorry, but that platform is worse than anything I experienced. Yeah, Twitch is horrible. Twitch is terrible. And same with like Stream Elements. Anyways, one of you guys pick it. No, I'm gonna pick this shit. Let's do this. Let's do some of these. I'm just starting stuff. It was really hard for me to come up with a program that actually successfully aggregated YouTube chat and Twitch chat without giving me a fucking problem. Because like you said, a lot of people will multi-stream and then totally ignore one chat or the other. And I really care about multi-streaming. I don't know why, but I really do. So I did whatever it took to make it work. And I'm not using Restream. A lot of people will they'll take their inputs and put it into one website called Restream, and then Restream will put you out to like Twitch, YouTube, Kick, wherever you want to go. I'm doing raw output feed to YouTube and to Twitch at the highest fucking available quality with the least amount of delay possible. Streamer luck unsubbing. And that's like, I care about it being done that way. So I had to beg Stream Elements to figure out how to stop breaking my fucking YouTube chat. It used to be every morning when I'd start my stream, I would test my YouTube chat. Oh my gosh, I don't go that way. I'd test my YouTube chat. It wouldn't work. And then I would fucking go link, relink, unlink, relog in, log in, delete account, remake account on fucking Stream Elements every day. And then it would work for that session. And it took weeks for me to get it to not do that. That shit was a pain in the ass. But anywho, yeah. I like to multi-stream, and I like to be sure that I'm actually communicating with everybody. Twitch just rotten to the core. Yeah. I used to get 5 ads, Allie. Okay. Yeah. The ads are fucking ridiculous on Twitch. That is just a fact. It's embarrassing. And the reality is that on YouTube, it only takes you a maximum, absolute maximum of 30 seconds to start viewing this channel. In most instances, it's an ad skippable after 5 seconds. And on Twitch, you can choose if your ads like pre-roll or if they roll mid-stream. And I have mine set so that they'll roll mid-stream, but I'm also pretty sure Twitch users have their own like internal timer on that kind of thing. If that makes sense. Like if you have not personally been shown an ad in the last 5 minutes or 12 minutes, it's time for you to see one no matter the circumstances. I wholeheartedly believe that it's fucking like that. And like I even though I'm streaming on Twitch, I will criticize the hand that feeds me all day long because they fucking deserve it. The way they handled streamer safety recently, I'm not over here being like, I'll never be associated with them. But I would never, if I was ever invited to an event that they hosted, like I don't care. I'm gonna be critical of them in those moments. If I ever have a chance, if I stay on Twitch long enough and I have a chance to become partner or affiliate, which I think I can become affiliate pretty easy. I just don't care too much. I care a lot more about YouTube monetization than I do Twitch. Because the reality of monetization is that I don't exactly care very much about like the ad revenue and stuff. I care about giving my viewers a good platform with the least amount of interruptions and a good accessibility to me. Because like, honestly, I can't remember who it was, but my philosophy would be the same as like Asmongold. I wouldn't run ads. I just don't want to run ads. I'm not gonna run ads. I'm gonna do it like if I go take a shit. Like that's the most sensible time to run an ad. But I'm not gonna like have a little timer over here. It's like, oh guys, I'm gonna have to run an ad. You know, I have to keep up with them. I don't fucking care. But Asmongold stopped running ads on his streams, and it actually caused Twitch some serious problems. And they were like, no, we're not gonna let that happen. That's a fucking problem. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. I can't imagine sitting at Twitch and being like, dude, if you don't make sure that we make every fucking penny of possible money-making pennies, we're just going to force your users to watch ads on their own. And that's where I'm pretty sure if you have not, I know they fixed that. So I'm pretty sure that's where the thought, if you haven't seen an ad in 10 minutes, they're going to show you one no matter the circumstance. Unless you pay for like Turbo or something like that, right? Which if I'm not mistaken, Turbo isn't just an exit from ads. It's like you get a certain amount of skips based on how much you paid or like what tier Turbo you have or some shit. At least that's what it was like a long time ago. You don't get to just have, it should be like YouTube Premium. If you have Turbo, you just shouldn't watch ads ever, period, for any reason at all. But they fucking destroyed streamer safety. The shit they did with Imaru actually baffles me. Because I can't imagine owning this massive fucking company and one of the people that works for me being put in harm and then me looking at that motherfucker and saying, I kicked him out. I kicked him out. I know you could have kicked him out too. Like but I kicked him out. They won't be watching your stream anymore. Even though you have the ability to force that user to not be allowed to watch your stream. We went ahead. That's what we did for you. That guy who tried to assault you in person can't watch your stream now. I hope this should work out for you, right? YT Premium still gives you ads sometimes. That's gross. But I'm gonna give them a little benefit of the doubt because I do like YouTube, and I'm gonna hope that if they show you ads, they're at least giving you the 5-second skippable ones. Honestly, because those are the most like user-friendly ads, if you ask me. Honestly, if you like a product, you will know within the first 5 seconds of watching that ad whether or not you want to learn more about it. Because, I mean, let's be honest. I don't like ads, and I don't like being shown random things, and da-da-da-da-da-da. But there are plenty of times when a new product releases, there's an ad for it, and I give it what it deserves, man. If I made a product and I put it on the market, I would want people to go ahead and give it a college try, watch the ad. So that's what I do for them. Sometimes when I see a cool product, I'm like, let's see what this is about. I don't think I've ever bought any of them or cared for them at the end of the day, but I at least give them a chance. But if you don't like it and you know you're not going to like it, after 5 seconds, you can dip. And that is something I really like about them. I don't know if that's always the case, though. Because I know they don't always show you 5-second skippables. Sometimes it's 30-second unskippables. But either way, a 30-second unskippable being at the very, like, the worst that YouTube can do, is pretty awesome, considering Twitch is like 4 to 6 fucking minutes. I block all ads anyways, to be honest. Banned. Just kidding. I will encourage my users to use ad block. Honestly, I'll fucking use ad block. Don't get premium. Don't get prime. Here's a link to ad block. If you want to donate to anybody, donate to ad block or me, but don't pay for that. Ads can carry malware. Ugh. I also run ad blockers more so than for security than anything else. Ads can carry malware. That's fucked up. Do you need to click through to get in trouble with the malware, or is it just something that can like fucking happen? I wouldn't know. I'm earnestly asking. The problem with ads is they should make ads enjoyable, so you actually seek them out because they are first and most enjoyable. Secondly, in an ad, it's drive-by infection. It's automatic. Ew. Ludo, I do want to. I am gonna tell you something. You can see ads that you want to see. You just have to turn your tracking and cookies back on and stop clearing them. You have to let companies track you. You have to be a little more okay with it. Because, like, okay, here's what happens if I don't allow YouTube to show me specialized ads for me. I see ads for Clash of Clans, Raid Shadow Legends, and just a whole bunch of really stupid ads. Like, it's like whenever you don't have any tracking on what you see or what they will show you, you literally roll a roulette of random fucking terrible ads. And sometimes you get one that's actually like not stupid. So at this junction, I'm going to be real with you guys. I've leaned into allowing YouTube to do some level of tracking so that I can see not the worst ads in the world. Because I am not joking, dude. It worked on me. Those ads that are not special are really fucking terrible to watch. Not really at what I meant. Oh, I got you. I'm talking about ad creation like Ryan Reynolds commercials. Yeah. I see. Yeah, like there's not much effort in ads anymore. But there is like ads that are interesting, right? I can't remember like what's that fucking company? They make like survival gear. They made like a really good fucking battery bank thing, and I watched that whole ad the other day, and I might buy one. I'm coming. Oh. The second Atlas website that shows the care list of, I think, the highest right now is marketing and gambling. You know, I only just like I knew that gambling was legal online, but I still remember when they made it illegal. I remember seeing like these gambling sites coming up, and I'm like, how are they getting around the laws? Looks like we have a visitor. All right, guys, I'm going to call it a day. My boy's coming up, so you guys have a good one.
Activating it will buy you more time.
Okay, buddy, say bye to everybody. I think they might still be here. Say bye. All right, you guys have a good one. See you later.